Hey there friends, thanks for checking in. I have been pondering the XD line of handguns and wondering if they are still relevant today and what would give anybody the impression that they are no longer relevant. So I want to talk about that with these three handguns and then talk about how somebody may think it's no longer relevant because of some of the new Springfield Armory handgun editions that are out there that may have caused people to sleep on the XD line, which I think is a mistake. Let's start right here with the XD40 service model with the 4-inch barrel. When I was looking for a 40 Smith & Wesson, I definitely went with the XD40 because it has incredible recoil impulse that is reduced, and the 40 just shoots so well out of this. And Springfield is one of the few manufacturers out there that still make 40 Smith & Wesson, and they do with this XD40, and I love this handgun. Now, it's shipped with two 10-round magazines. It's an incredible handgun. It has the grip safety right there that some people say they like, other people say they don't like it. I don't see a downside to it. You know, we love 1911. They have grip safeties. These two have grip safeties. I don't see a downside to a grip safety. It has forward serrations, 3-dot sights that are metal. It has a loaded chamber indicator, and what a smooth shooting 40 Smith & Wesson handgun this is. I think it's incredibly smooth. It has a great trigger. We're looking at a 5.5 pound trigger with the reset right there. Love this handgun. And if I had to do it all over again, I would choose the XD40 once again because I'm really happy with the way it performs. Extremely reliable, extremely easy to use, and people that say the 40 Smith & Wesson round is snappy needs to take a hard look at this. Now, why would anybody suggest this is not still a relevant handgun? Well, I think it's because they came out with the XD Elite line. The early 2000s, the XDs were released, and I remember going to a gun store around 2005 and said, what do you suppose is the most reliable handgun out there? The guy said, go with the Springfield XD. He goes, trust me, I have one. My buddies have them. They just run. And that has been my experience with these three. Now, I mentioned the XD Elite, so let's move over to this. This is an incredible handgun. And when I got this, I was super excited. I said I now have the best Palmer frame striker fire handgun in today's market, chambered in 9mm. It's OSP, it's a flat dark earth, it's Cerakoted, so it looks beautiful. Still has that grip safety, but the XD Elite has the flat trigger. We'll move this over here for now. It has the flat trigger that breaks at 4.5 pounds. It has 22 round magazines. Show me how that is possible with a handgun of this size. Now, you may notice it has the threaded barrel. Once again, it's an upgrade. It has a 5.28 inch barrel with the threads there, extremely tall suppressor height sights, and OSP. I have a Hex Dragonfly on here. Works great. Ambidextrous controls with the slide stop and the magazine release, in which the XD40 has an ambi magazine release. A different grip texturing, we'll take a look at that. Okay, and it has back straps, which is super cool. Both have a cocked striker indicator, and the overall slide serrations and the feel of it is just a superior handgun. All on throughout, you name it. I can't see a downside to owning this handgun. It has the removable flared magwell. What a great handgun this is. I love it. Now, the XDM Elites were extremely popular, but what may have caused somebody to sleep on the XDM Elites? Kind of sounds crazy sleeping on that handgun, but I believe it was the release of the Echelon. Now, the Echelon in its own right is amazing. Is it better? Is it worse? I'm not here to say because I hold these both in extremely high regard. But when the Echelon was released, people said, give me that Echelon. And then that may have caused somebody to think this is not relevant. It is. It is phenomenal. And I love shooting it. And I love shooting the Echelon. So You just can't go wrong any which way. You know, Springfield makes so many nice handguns, full size and subcompact, which brings us to this right here. Oh, my optic cover was coming off. But here we have the XDS Mod 2 OSP optical sight pistol. This is a Mod 2. It's a single stack, but it ships with a 7 and 9 round magazine, and it has a 3.3 inch barrel. Also has a sight hole indicator here, and here I have a Burris Fast Fire C on there. Love this package. Now, what would cause somebody to think this handgun is not relevant? And I know why. I'll tell you, you know why too. It's because when Springfield came out with the Hellcat OSP, it was met with huge excitement in the gun world, and that made people perhaps sleep on the XDS Mod 2 OSP. So here we have a 13 round mag, also an 11 round mag. You know the deal. The Hellcat's been around a while, and it has many different variations. So we now understand why somebody may think these are not relevant. I'm here to tell you they are relevant. They're amazing handguns. They are reliable. They are accurate. They shoot incredibly well. I cannot remember a failure to feed, fire, eject with any of these, and I have a lot of rounds through them. The XD40, there are a lot of 40 fans still out there. This one would represent your average XD that we know from the 2000s up until today, 2024, and I love it. I think it's great, and what can we say about this? I can't say enough about it. I love everything about the XDM Elite 4.5 without the threaded barrel, 5.28 with the threaded barrel, tall sights, so many features. I don't even know that I mentioned them all, but it certainly shoots well at the range. And then the XDS, these are definitely relevant. Phenomenal handguns for pocket carry, even for hip. You throw that 9 round magazine in there, or a 9 round as the spare. You got a great setup in 9mm. Extremely relevant, extremely practical, and extremely affordable. Incredible handguns, very fair prices. Springfield gets it done with the XD line. They have been doing it since the early 2000s. They're still doing it today. It's still growing. Yes, it gets overshadowed by some of the Springfield Armory handguns, the newer releases. That's why the question was ever pondered, is the XD line still relevant? If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.